Welcome to day 13 of my journey of becoming the first millionaire in my family. And yes, I skipped 2 days. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, like, even after going to the airport, I never recorded anything again. And the 2 days following the whole trip were really intense, really emotional, let's say it this way. So yeah, I had like 2 days of crying on the kitchen floor and like being completely lost and overwhelmed and confused and not knowing what to do. And yeah, like also feeling very lonely and isolated. And because I felt like I did a big thing and nobody really reached out to me. And I held on to the people who actually gave me attention. And then got involved in their issues or like with them, whatever. So I wasn't really holding space for myself. I wasn't really like just pausing, being present, just letting everything come up. I did in between, so maybe it would have been faster if I would have more like be present and just let the emotion move through it. But because I was distracting myself a lot, and maybe you know that, right? With scrolling, with like talking to people, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, this is the worst thing. However, be gentle and compassionate. Even if you are in a situation where you don't practice the self-care that you would love to, or like for me, I was even at the position to say like, okay, I don't practice what I preach at all. I just posted online for the world to see that I'm a self-discovery guide and love embodiment model, like meaning I'm a role model for love embodiment, meaning self-love and practice, right? Self-respect, self-care. And what did I do for 2 days? Nothing like that, you know? But however, actually I did, because the important thing is not how, like, of course it's important how you treat yourself, but like even if you take care of yourself, nourish yourself, drink water, get enough sleep, like the food that you take in, stuff like that, being aligned with your body, moving when you need movement and resting when you need rest, of course. And still, whenever you don't do it the way that you need it, the most important thing is to then be gentle and compassionate and not judge yourself for it. So yes, I didn't embody it perfectly. However, I also didn't beat myself up completely for it. Of course, I did a little bit. But yeah, it's growth and progress. It's never perfect. We always do our best. And so yeah, 2 days were I was kind of struggling, or 2.5 days. And yesterday, at least, like at some point, I got out of it, which was also interesting because I was joining a free masterclass. And going in there and bathing in her frequency, because I know like she's a person who has it all, who's successful, who's healthy, who's happy, whatever, and just bathing in her frequency, you know, like just being there on the free masterclass. And like, I mean, she was entertaining the whole audience, and I was like, you know, sitting in the corner like this. However, being in this frequency made a difference for me. Like, and all this, like, woohoo, that part of me was like, oh yeah, well, it doesn't fit my mood right now. However, after some time, I just looked at the time at 3:33. So yeah, after this, at some point, it did change my mood. So if this is you, if you know that, then just try that. Like, just, I don't know, get on something that elevates your mood. Like, it's easy to go like and scroll to something that brings even more fear, or like just watch a series that brings you into, I don't know, emotions that are not uplifting. However, so like for me, even when I doom scroll on Insta, actually it's not really doom scrolling. I mean, like, I'm not getting drawn into fear and stuff, because my feed is only filled with uplifting posts and channel messages and stuff like that. So for me, actually, it's of course, again, energy, frequency, and algorithm, but algorithm is energy as well, right? So actually, when I distract myself from the emotions and I get on there, I feel like the universe is communicating with me and providing me a lot of information through channeled messages, through uplifting posts, whatever. And so it kind of, 444 again, helps me to come back to me. So whatever, now I'm all over the place with this message. However, so I did flip the switch yesterday, and yeah, I had to shower and I got out, and so I was like intentionally, what do I wear? Like, what do I wear to go out? You know, I've been away. A lot of things happened there. Like, I felt like I flipped the switch, and now is the first time after this event that that I'm meeting people, that I'm going out, that I'm presenting myself. So for me, it was like, okay, now you do something different, because usually, like, I don't really put intention to what I wear. It's like kind of so, oh, I have to go. Okay, just quickly change whatever, you know? And so here's like, okay, what do I want to wear? What do I feel good with? And what can I also hold my posture with yet, right? Because I've been in the frequency of people who are successful and happy and healthy, and they are embodied. So they walk differently, they talk differently, they present themselves differently. And so this is what I intentionally did. So I also told it, and it's 5:55 again on the timer. Oh my God. I'm so sorry if this is annoys you. Actually, I'm not, because that's just me. And I'm happy, I'm excited about these things. So I keep sharing them. And like, ideally, you're also excited about them. If you're not excited, then don't watch my videos. So whatever. And this was really great. So like, the moment I flipped the switch, I took a shower. Like, showering is also like kind of a portal, right? Water. And I put on a dress that I felt good, and I was like riding my bike, so movement, nature, wind, and I had this posture, you know. It's like, it was nice, and I could really feel it in the way I showed up, also like with the group of people that I met, the way I communicated, and I was like feeling really lighthearted, and you know, like being my silly self, and just, you know, not worried about anything, like about how I'm perceived or stuff like that. So I really flipped the switch. Like, I feel like the 2 days before is what in the spiritual world would be called like the, how do you say, the night of the soul. Damn it, now I wanted to say it and I forgot. Dark night of the soul, I think it's called. Like, I haven't been familiar to this concept until recently, and I don't really use it. But yeah, it's actually like, someone who asked me, how's my day going? I told him, like, you know what? I felt like all the variety of all the emotions throughout the day. And this morning I felt newborn, and tonight I feel like I'm dying. And yeah, your mind would think it would be the other way around. You die first and then you're reborn. Like, with dying, I mean, of course, like the old identity, the part of you that you identified with, that is actually not you, that's the not self. And when it goes, it really wants to stay and take control. And since you identified with this for such a long time, maybe most of your lifetime, it feels like part of you is dying. When you change the pattern, right? When you act out of character, because the character is like kind of what we constructed throughout our life, which is mostly just a construct of trauma bonding, you know. Like, I mean, at least for me, I realized at some point what I thought was my personality was kind of just a bunch of self-sabotage and protection patterns, right, to be safe. However, so like, you shed the layers, right? That's what I'm doing already for years. And these days it was a very big layer to shed. However, I feel very good right now, because that's it. That's why it's worth to go through it, because when you like come out of the other side, you're kind of like next level, new self unlocked. Like, I want to say new skill, but it's not a skill. It's like kind of new presence, maybe, like the way you show up, the way you feel, the way you, I don't know, I cannot say that, but like, maybe you notice. Like, I mean, the last video was also very uplifted, so you kind of missed the part in between, or at least I didn't show it. Maybe at some point, like, it wasn't intentionally, but somehow, whatever. I'm back. It's going great. Like, again, now after being lost and confused and whatever, that's done. Just this morning, like, usually I don't have my phone in the bed, but I did today because my parents come for a visit, and I was awake for a long time, so I put my phone next to it with so they can call me before they arrive. However, so that's why I had my phone in the morning, because usually I don't have. You shouldn't too. And of course, do what you want, whatever. But like, I don't like to wake up and be in my bed and invite the whole world into my bed while I'm still in there, because that's what you technically energetically do if you switch your phone on and like scroll and whatever. What I want to say, actually, but I'm deviating all the time, is that I just this morning, like, I just like kind of wrote down all the ideas that were in my mind, and then I just, put the overflow of insights, ideas, and everything that came to me. I just put them down, and it turned out like in a very short time that I had like kind of a sequence of well-structured and planned social media posts and reels that connect to each other for a month. You know, like this is how flow state is. Like, it's not about me. It's not because I'm special. It's just because I allow the flow, like I follow the flow and allow it to come to me, right? Like, I'm not sitting down and forcing myself to think of content to write and stuff like that. I don't do that. I never did that. And like, I mean, everything that happened for me was really divinely guided. So I don't know, maybe if I would have started or posted on my account 1 month ago, it would be harder. But now it was like the exact right timing. So trust the timing, trust the divine timing, even though your mind is impatient and thinks it needs to happen now. Sometimes it's like, it's protections, it's sad, right? And sometimes you're just not ready, but not in the sense of like you have to work on yourself and something's wrong, but like regarding all the opportunities, possibilities, all the factors in the quantum field that your mind doesn't have a clue, because it's just 5% of your brain. And so when you just surrender to life and follow the flow, then it flows, and then you kind of don't need to put in hard work. Then it's just like within, I don't know how long I spent, like an hour or something. You just have content, social media content for a month that is perfectly, that fits together. Like, and I didn't force it, right? I just wrote down whatever came to mind. Then later I was like, oh, actually, that's like fitting with this, and this would make sense, like to put it in this order. And then like, oh my God, I have like kind of posts that I post like several times a week, and reels that I can send every day, which fit to the theme, right? And then I connected everything and I had a structure. But I'm also quite good in organization. Also, it doesn't need to be you. However, just like stating an example of how it can work to hopefully inspire you that if you trust and surrender to life and just accept what life presents to you and gifts to you, like really accept it as a gift, understand that it's happening for you. 12 on the timer. Oh my God, it's already 12 past 12 minutes. Accept that it's happening for you, not to you. You're the creator. You're creating all of this to evolve, to heal, to look at things, to learn things, to have certain experiences. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. So yeah, trust and surrender. That's what I'm leaning in already for such a long time. This is why I'm at the point where I am. I'm really excited about what's to come next. Hello, so it's still day 13, and I just realized something very interesting that I am observing, and that's why I came here to share, although I should be in bed already, but I will do so right after this message. I was participating in a group project, and yes, it's now about promoting it, because it's like audience voting. I don't find the words, whatever. So we submitted something that is online, and people need to vote for it, because there will be a winner. It's kind of a contest, right? So what is happening right now is interesting. Just yesterday we have been talking in the group about kind of how do we split the money if we win and stuff like that. And one person was like kind of slightly saying, so yeah, I don't believe that anyway. And from the beginning of the project, most people were kind of in for the win, right? Like, okay, let's do this. We want to win, and we invest and stuff like that, right? So it was interesting that yesterday, while talking about in the group, that someone like really quietly said, so yeah, I don't believe it anyway. And someone else, yeah, me neither. And I just heard that. I was like, what? Why? I mean, we were investing so much money and energy and time. And from the beginning on, we said let's do this. We do this because we want to win. We don't do this if we're not aiming at winning. And yes, I mean, there's at least one person who was all the time saying okay, I didn't really go in for the win. It was more for the experience, which is fine. And still I was really surprised just about hearing that. And on the other hand, I was because for me, I know how important energy is and mindset and stuff like that, right? It's not about fake positivity. It's about believing in yourself, believing that it's possible, and radiating into the outside world that you actually win. Because I mean, you create your own reality, right? If your desire is to win, then you can create the win. unless there's beliefs inside of you that tell you that it's impossible, right? And this is like what I'm hearing. So yeah, I just observed that and I was like, okay, interesting. If this is their attitude, then this is how they create the reality, right? Like, because you create the reality from fear and from lack. And ever since, like for me, when I went home yesterday, I was like, okay, since I have like a lot of modalities to work on, even karmic entanglement, like I can work on myself and still kind of transmute the energy of others. So I was working with that. Like on the way home was like kind of I was working with the idea of them blocking the miracle of happening. Like I believe in it and I am embodying the knowing that it's possible. But if others in the group don't, then we create this reality altogether, right? I mean, each is creating their reality. However, as a group or like as even two people, we co-create, right? So it's like, okay, if I have the winner attitude and they have the we won't win anyway, so like who of us in our co-creation will be more dominant, right? So this was the thing that was on my mind yesterday, and I was working with it a little, like also not investing too much in it because I just believe that it's possible, right? So like, why invest in it? Because if you invest a lot of time and energy in it, it's also you're sending a signal don't believe it's possible, right? But if you like kind of I don't even bother, like I even forgot because I'm so like sure that it's possible. However, so now today, like was yesterday, we were just talking about it, and nothing was public yet. And today we received the message that we kind of like in the contest we moved one round up one round, and now it's like voting. So we have 24 hours to kind of spread the link and invite people to vote for us, right? And I'm going crazy, right? Like I have so many things going on today, and it was like the most the worst fit when I learned about that, and I was like having guests and being between meetings, and I was like, oh, I have to post this link, it's only 24 hours, I have to post them on all my channels, right? I'm going crazy. So I did that like really fast, like putting it out there. And later when I had some more time, I was really investing, like really creating nice content, stuff like that, right? You know, really engaging stuff. Post it everywhere, like whenever, like not even just on my social media, like but even in private groups and stuff where I'm connecting to strangers because we're participating in a challenge or something, and it's like kind of these communities where you support each other. It's like, hey guys, please help, I need votes. And people were like, yeah, we did that, I hope you win, stuff like that. It's really interesting. So what I just realized, because I was going crazy today and part of me was like, are you too much? Are you annoying people? But just like happens that just today I had a training on like business and marketing. It was like, there's no too much. There's no too much. Like you can post 23 times and still people don't see you. So just post it. So, and I'm still learning, right? Like it's kind of, how many, 4 or 5 days that I post at all. And like, of course my mind tells me like, oh, everyone must be annoyed. But however, I believe it. I promote it. Winners take action. I did it. So yeah, and just now I realized that the other people in the group didn't really promote that. You know, it's like, yeah, there was like WhatsApp status here and there, but yeah, I was going crazy. Like I had, I don't know, 6 stories in my Insta, Facebook, like just straight, plus also in my WhatsApp status, I think 5 or something. I mean, yeah, different languages and stuff like that, different images, like, or not the same time all the thing, not the same thing all the time. However, I was just like, just now I realized the other people in the group aren't promoting it. So it's like, yeah. And for me, it was like really eye-opening because here you can see kind of self-fulfilling prophecy from the outside. Because like, this is like this one person, me, who's really like believing it, like not believing and knowing, like I just expect for us to win already for the whole month, like for the whole time we worked on the project, I was expecting us to win. So for me, of course, it's like, yes, I'm promoting it everywhere. I'm expecting everyone to be like interested in voting for us. And I mean, my circle, like my family, my inner circle friends, I post them like privately and they would share it and stuff like that. They would invest, like my inner circle promote it. And the people in the group who actually worked on the project didn't. So it's like, it's super interesting. It's like the self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's not about like, I'm not telling you about like judging anyone or something. I just found really interesting. And this is like, I'm calling you out now because I can see myself like even before, like this is the new me, right? Like just a few weeks ago, maybe I wouldn't have gone this crazy. Like I definitely wouldn't have gone this crazy, but maybe a few weeks ago, I wouldn't have even promoted because a belief inside of me would be like, nobody cares. You're annoying, you know? I don't know. And that's what I found really interesting, that you can see people who don't believe in themselves, who don't believe in the possibility that they can achieve something, they don't take action. And they don't even realize that this is why they actually don't achieve it, you know? Because, and I completely understand it from psychologically perspective, because yes, I'm kind of, if I look at from this perspective, I am taking the risk that I'm investing a lot of time and energy promoting it and being in the I know, I believe it and stuff like that. And then we won't win. Yeah. And I need to hold space for that. And I mean, I feel like I evolved this much that I can. Like right now, I believe in it. I'm expecting it. And if we don't win, we don't win. You know, life goes on, whatever. Like, I won't be, like, at least this is what I feel now. I won't be, like, regretting that I promoted it. I won't be regretting that I believed in us, you know, and that I was a big, like, that was my biggest fan, like, or the biggest fan of our project, of course. And so, as I said, calling you out, where do you actually don't believe, don't take action? And maybe it is because of the fear, and maybe you're not aware of it, but now you are because you were just listening to it and it will process. You will process it, and I guess you will realize something about yourself if you do that. And many of us do that because many of us have this belief of not being creative enough, good enough, whatever, and what we create doesn't have value. So kind of it's less risky to not even promote it, right? And not even believe in it, because at the end, like, if you don't win, you'll be like, yeah, but yeah, I didn't invest that much, so that's fine, you know? And if you like go crazy like I do, and then you don't win, like, you maybe part of you is afraid of being disappointed. And yeah, maybe I will be disappointed, but if I will be disappointed, I will hold space for that. And like, it will be 90 seconds of disappointment and then it will be gone, because I will be like just holding space for myself and being very compassionate and gentle with me and like allowing myself to feel disappointed. And it's okay, right? It's okay. You expected that, you hoped for it and it didn't happen, whatever. That's it. And if you don't fear that, like, it's okay. 10-0-1, so kind of a mirror. If you are okay, if you learn to hold space for any feeling you have, you can do anything. And that's power, that's power. Because imagine, you are not taking action, you are not promoting yourself, you are not believing yourself, just because there is a possibility of you not winning at the end, or failing or anything. And this is why you already don't invest, and this is the best recipe for actually not winning, right? And I mean, I guess you haven't heard it for the first time, right? And I also don't, but still, it's like kind of, it's like the realization got a little deeper now. It's like, I don't know, does it happen to you as well? Or am I the only one? And sometimes like I have really simple realization, like simple phrases. It's like, oh my God, this is so deep. And it's like, it's on everyone inspirational posts, but when you read it, it doesn't sink in like that. It's like you read it and you're like, yeah, true. But you don't really get it, and this is like, now I'm at the point like, now I get it and I can see it. It's like, oh my God. So now I'm, of course, very excited, very curious about how it turns out. We'll keep you updated, of course. And as you can see, and that's power as well. Like, I'm not blaming them. I'm not judging them. I'm really compassionate. I'm like, oh, I can see that they must be in fear. That there must be fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success maybe as well, right? Like, don't underestimate that one. And I was just working on this just yesterday, right? So, and I just see, like, for me, I'm just observing it and I'm like, oh my God, how far have I come? The person I am today, how much I've grown, that I am that I'm approaching this with this attitude, and like that I can see the contrasts, and it's fine. Like it doesn't trigger me. Oh my God, that's power. That's fucking power. This is your sign. Embrace power. You're so powerful. How powerful this is. Just to see, oh my God, I'm sabotaging myself. I'm doing this. I'm creating this bullshit that I don't prefer, don't deserve, don't desire this suffering. Yeah, because part of you feels safe. Again, compassion. So yeah, that was a very long elaboration on this realization, but as always, I hope you took something, an impulse or an insight, or you just hate me now because I called you out and triggered you, whatever. Still, I'm sure it will help you evolve.